Tune, would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing at a key. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2, Omi, VV, Bitcoin Doge update video. There is so much to go over. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Bro hugs for everyone. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So I just came back from a run, so sorry for my less than fantastic appearance that I normally have. So first off, we had a crazy weekend, and just a little recap, and I promise this all goes into Omi, this all goes into Earth 2, and we'll get to that, but just to recap some things why we had some catalysts, is that someday last week, yeah, Elon Musk say, hey, should we accept Doge for Bitcoin? You know, as he tweeted to his country of followers. And then the day after that, he says, due to blah, 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 we are going to stop accepting Bitcoin for Tesla. It's like, okay, well, that's interesting. And then just the price starts going from 50-something thousand down to 44,000. I bought about maybe $1,200 worth of Bitcoin and about another couple hundred thousand Omi. So I have probably about now, and I bought some more Earth 2 tiles as well. So just for those of you that have been interested, I do have about almost half of a Bitcoin now back again after I had 0.8 down to 0.4, back up to almost a half, and then I have about 5.7 million Omi about that. So some things that people have been asking me, and I think we should probably start to normalize getting back to for non-emergency texts. Non-emergency texts, I think over the weekend, be like, all right. I mean, I still get my answer all the YouTube comments, so that'll always do, and everything. But sometimes I'm just in not a great area. Sometimes I want to say not great area. I just mean not great with a lot of cell phone reception. So as far as that, a lot of people have been asking me, which I figured I mentioned today, is that do you think this is the start of a crypto winter? Is this something that is always going to be it goes up, it goes down, how do you read the charts? Okay, well, reading the charts, go to the last breakout, go to the last resistance, the last time it bounced off what it bounced off at, which is probably about 42,000 for Bitcoin. For Omi, it's really hard to tell because it's only a couple months old that you can do that with. If you go out to the 30-day, for Omi, if you go out to the 30-day line, you're down 50%, which again, I'm okay with. I'm 100% all right with. I started buying at 0.007. Now it's like 0.003 something as of this morning. So it's low, but again, I liked it at 0.008. I love it at under half that. And it was at a penny it was over a penny at one point. So when people are saying hey, is this something where I should worry? Should I sell? I don't want to lose any more money. Just let's say I'm talking to my girlfriend right now. Like, Danielle, how's it going? I love you. Yeah, don't sell. Continue to buy on these dips. Continue to go, because this is something where, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Doge, whether it's Doge, I still say that is, again, started out as a joke. I don't think what Elon Musk wants to do is viable, because again, the fundamentals aren't there, in my opinion, for Doge. The fundamentals are there for Bitcoin, and yes, it is not environmentally friendly, Bitcoin. However, its market cap is greater than most countries. If we're doing out of 130 countries or whatever, Bitcoin is ranked top 30 of them. So it's very, and that's with it being down 20-something percent, 30%, from its highs. So take that into consideration. Take into consideration that we've never had these types of market caps, for crypto in general before. But some people are saying hey, with Bitcoin and crypto in general coming down, with Omi coming down, do you think this is the time where Earth 2 should really be coming out with a crypto themselves? And it's okay, well, yes, because disruptive industries tend to thrive when there's pandemics, when there's panics, when there's black swan events. You've seen it happen with Tesla. You've seen it happen with Bitcoin again and again and again. And yeah, Bitcoin has had some crypto winters, 2013, 2014, and 2017, 2018, where it spikes and then it goes down, crypto winter. But again, having said that, on average, it's up 200% a year. So, historically, that's what you got to look at. And, for Earth 2, yes, there are millionaires in the hobby. Yes, there are people that put in over $250,000. There's people that go in and put in $100,000 in like a couple months, which is a lot. And I haven't done that yet. I've only put in maybe like 12, 13 grand at that point. But that being said, the game isn't going to be made by millionaires. It's not going to be made, not going to be super effective, and it's not going to be blowing up because of millionaires. There is a large amount of people like me that are not millionaires, that are between the $100,000 and $999,000 range, that are going to put in a lot of money. Again, and this is just investing. That's just an investing point. That's just buying tiles. And obviously, I have a thing I'm doing there with Chaveztopia, but that's just with an investing point of view, not including the tens of millions of people that'll put in a couple dollars each month. That'll put in maybe $50 during a year. Let's say, if anyone remembers Mabinogi, all these computer games where people were going to GameStop, going to CVS, buying $10 cards, $20 cards, $50 cards every week. Kids in high school, working at McDonald's, working 7-Eleven, doing this just so they can get these Mabinogi cards, just so they can get these cards for computer games and have $20 credits, $30 credits. It's ridiculous. So again, that's not going to change. The only thing that might change for Earth 2 is that maybe some kids have jobs. Again, back in the day, you could get jobs at 14. Actually, if you're going way back in the day, like our parents' age, you can get jobs at like 12. But no, with me, you can get a job at 14. And yeah, at least in my generation, the millennial generation, Gen X might have been a little younger. But so now maybe you can't get a job until 16. Whatever. You still have a lot of parents giving their kids a decent amount for that. So you have that. And with Omi, again, it's attached to a great project. It's attached to something that, again, I don't care if it goes down. I hope it goes down to 0.001 so I could buy it there. And then we also have a Batman drop on Thursday as well. So again, last week, 224 million Omi were burned. That's how much Omi was burned not that week, just that one day when you had that Tokidoki drop. And now we have Batman coming out, the first drop on Season 2, which, again, we've had Batman drops before, but it's the first one of Season 2. Now I have a lot more people here. Yeah, the hype is real. The hype is very, very real. And they haven't even officially announced Disney, and they haven't officially announced Pokemon. They have... I'm in this. I'm all in. So yeah, I put in. I've been buying the dip. If I'm talking to my girlfriend Danielle, yeah, keep buying this dip. If I had my way, me and Danielle would rent a small place like this with all of our pets, and we would live like paupers for a year until it went to the moon, and then then now if you want to cash out, you buy like 8 houses cash with the money that we could save. But moving on to questions. I know I have a lot of these, so let's keep it going. Lynn X, hey, opinions about Elon's crypto phase. He's probably going to do what he's going to do. Elon Musk, okay, so Tesla, they own about 1/5 of 1% of Bitcoin that's out there, that's owned right now. So even if he sold all his Bitcoin, which he said in a tweet that he has not sold any of his Bitcoin yet. As far as Tesla goes, personally, I don't know if he did or not, but as far as Tesla goes, on his balance sheet, he has not. He confirmed that in a tweet yesterday. But even if he did, even if he sold 1/5 of 1% of the market share that's out there, that's nothing. There's nothing. That will get absorbed overnight. Like Twitter, E4, Pokemon, Earth 2, Omi, we could absorb that overnight. That again, when you have MicroStrategy, Grayscale, Bitcoin, that Bitcoin trust, there's so many people that have so much more than that. So I don't think it really matters. What he says and does might short term make it drop, might make it spike, whatever he does, but it's not going to take away from the fact that big institutions are getting in, and citizens of countries, which are oftentimes, most times ahead of their government, are trading in their currency for this, just because it's real money. Oh, Chris Carter says, "Hey, looking forward to the stream." Hey, Chris Carter. Oh wow, you guys are really early. Sandals Nation. So, what came after Batman first season? The unicorns? I'm not 100% sure. I should do like a timeline. So, okay, what came first, and then similar like Pokemon. Well, this one got a remake first, so this one should get a remake next, so on and so forth. Leon Max Redux says crypto is a joke. One tweet, 30% off. Come on. He is buying in. This way he can pay for his rockets. I mean, crypto is definitely not a joke. It's again, Bitcoin by itself is like in the top 30 market cap of all countries, much less all the other cryptos out there. But yeah, you're right. And again, this is the immaturity of some people. Some people that are not, they don't have diamond hands. That people that are looking for a quick flip, that are just on their hill. They're trying to like speculate and chase the next big thing. That's the immaturity. That's the impatient, and people like that are going to lose money. They're going to lose money if they're impatient like that, and they can't hold. They can't hodl through. Like, again, not everything goes up in a straight line. It has peaks and valleys. That happens in the stock market. That happen. The only thing that really doesn't happen is like high-end art, Pokemon cards, actual art, sports cards, that type of thing. You could make the argument for NFTs, although we don't really have enough history with that yet to confirm, but most likely the same thing. Yeah, so again, you have a lot of immaturity in this, and I've seen it in people that get into new projects all the time. But will he use that to pay for his rockets? Probably. I mean, he's probably going to sell Tesla at some point too, pay for his rocket. I mean, he's trying to go to Mars. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, when people saying like about Doge going on and say, like, yeah, I think Doge could be like, $1,000, X amount of dollars, like, all right, Doge will never get that much. It will never, unless they burn like 90% of the market that's out there, the coins that are out there, it'll never get like that. Doge will never be $1,000. You'd have to have, the market cap would be it would be either hundreds of trillions, which maybe Bitcoin could get to one day, as far as hundreds of trillions dollar market cap, which is really only 100x from here. Which I know it sounds like a lot, but yeah, yeah, that'd be 5 million a coin. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe 2040s, but for Doge, no, it's just impossible. It is impossible for that to happen. So don't listen to those people. Last Marine says, "Hey Rambo, Randy, we're ready for this stream." I'm so sorry, guys. This is all before the stream even started. Max Redux, Elon made Tesla stock move with 420 tweet, so stocks are a joke too. Trump also moved stock market with tweets before. Yeah, again, stocks, which again, some of the highest market caps in the world with companies there, are moved with tweets. Not even with people that are intelligent and own companies. Although I think one of the Kardashian girls just tweeted, like, I don't even think she has investments in it, or she's smart enough to short this stock, but she just made a tweet like, does anyone even open Snapchat anymore, LOL? And they lost like half their net. It was ridiculous, because of a tweet from like a 19-year-old girl at the time. So yeah, I mean, take a look at who's influencing the markets here. Oh, KrepoBrooke, what's going on? For anyone that enjoys my thumbnails, KrepoBrooke is responsible for that. He is the man. Chris Carter, hey. Alan Thompson says, happy Monday, Alan Thompson. Have you been buying the dip? Of course I've been buying the dip. What's up, Lee Julian? Mr. Ali says, hey there, Randy. I'm shorting Bitcoin. Please don't hate me. I mean, best of luck. Well, maybe Elon's trying to hit Bitcoin until it gets to $42,069, because then it'd be $426.9. This would be funny, but I don't. Can you short Bitcoin? I don't know. Like, go for it. If that's what you want to do, that's definitely not what I would do. Even if I was my Gwen Stefani and I had all the money in the world, if it was no, I still would not do that. Just my opinion. Le Pepene says, hey Randy, I hope you're doing great today. Thank you, Le Pepene. Basilo says, Sheeb bro, and good morning. All right, so Sheeb, again, I looked into that, speculated. I don't know what happened with, like, last week or 2 weeks ago when somebody took the, like, half of Sheeb that they thought was burned, and they gave it to COVID victims in India, which, okay, great, charity is good, but I think I remember Sheeb losing, like, so much money because of that, and I'll get back to that and say, I just have to say thank you to the, but it's not showing. Oh, there it is. Raythax, the $50 super chat says, to be a hodler, one must be patient and able to ride turbulent while waters of crypto. Stay strong, my brothers and sisters. Yeah, 100%. And if this is not someone that is like saying like, oh yeah, living in grandma's basement, like a grandma basement, like I am, saying, oh, just hodl and just no. Like, Raythax puts his money where his mouth is as far as being on the leaderboard for Earth 2, putting in a lot of tiles. Not to throw Raythax's business out there. But as you could tell, like go to Earth 2 leaderboards, you can tell how much he put in. Again, sticking money where his mouth is, and if Raythax doesn't put in any more into Earth 2, I'll probably catch up at some point, but there's also talking about doubling what he put in already just to buy Pyramids of Giza, which long term, yeah, probably good. If Earth 2 does what I think it's going to do and succeed, because again, it's not going to be people like, the millionaires, even the 100,000aires. It's going to be the normal people that are putting in, $5, $10, $20, a couple of dollars each month. All they need to put in, and again, there's tens of millions of people. Oh my God, and there's only a finite. It's not like Roblox. It's not like Minecraft, or everything. You can have this giant, open world, limited world. It's only a finite amount, so it's going to be scarce. Land will be scarce at some point. Mark my words on that. So, moving back to Basilio saying, Sheeb is something along the lines of. They have something called a Beeb now, BHIB. Like, there are so many of these knockoff coins every single. I cannot, in good conscience, say that is a good investment. Can you gamble on things like that and make a lot of money? Absolutely. People have. People done it on SafeMoon. People have done it on Sheeb. People have done it on Beeb. On whatever it is, there's always things coming out. There's always speculation, and there's always ways to make money short term. But I just don't do that because I don't want to lose money and be like, okay, well, again, if you want to gamble, that's fine. You can make a lot of money, short term if you can sell. But again, short term capital gains tax. Like God forbid, let's say you make $5,000, put in 1,000, goes 5x, so you make 4,000. Okay, so out of that 4x profit, short term capital gains, I don't know, let's say it's like 40%. So 40% of that, so it's 400. So figure about $1,600 that you have to pay in tax next year, right? But then say, oh well, yeah, I'll pay that next year, but now I'm going to put, this $5,000 into this coin, and then it goes to poop. And then you, okay, well now you're negative $1,600 because you have to pay those taxes. I know there's a way you could be able to say like, okay, well I made on this and I lost on this, so that should offset, right? And if you're Donald Trump, yes, you could do that. You could take losses and offset the gains that you made. But that's him and his stuff. I don't know if you could do that if you're a normal person. You might be able to if you have a savvy accountant. I might have a savvy accountant, but either way, whatever he says, I don't want to get in trouble with the IRS. You definitely don't want to do that. Legacy Bermuda says, we will see some rise in Omi in this year. Just curious. I know that long-term investment has a plan with it. Yeah, I still think that 10 cents, even though it's not, because we have a new exchange coming this month. I don't know if it's David Youn's. Yeah, I think he's confirmed it on Instagram yesterday or today that we do have another exchange coming this month. So within the next couple of weeks. I don't think he would want to do Binance right away just because they're being investigated right now, IRS, SEC, which is a BS investigation. I mean, they've always been very, very good. But it's just right now some negative press, and maybe they don't want to be associated with whatever it is they're being investigated for, which will probably come up nil, probably come up nothing. But if you want to go and speculate on something else, like it's on Gate.io, it's on AscendX and Bit4x, I know it's even on PancakeSwap right now, PancakeSwap or Uniswap, but you have to buy the wrapped Omi. And it's a little convoluted and complicated on how to do that, but you can buy it there as well, the wrapped version. Most likely the exchange that is going to go on is going to be something like an AscendX or Gate.io or Bit4x right now. I don't think it'll be Binance. If it is, oh my God, I hope they're ready. I hope they're ready, because that is, if that goes on Binance. I kind of hope it doesn't go on Binance this month, because I still haven't sold that card yet. I want to get in on this while it's under a half a penny, which again, I have, 5.75 million Omi. So did I get in already? Yeah, I have a decent investment in it. I have, well into the 5 figures, but I don't have like the 6-figure investment that I want to put in. And that's what's going to jump to, in my opinion, not just a millionaire, but like tens of millions of dollars in the future. But yeah, you'll probably, I still think 10 cents by the end of the year is still my base case. Again, when I make adjustments, I'll let you know. My bear case is still 6 cents, which is more than 10x from where it is now. And my bull case is still 12 to 15 cents, but there are some people that are still saying, yeah, they expect it to hit like 16, 20 cents. And it's not like these Super Bulls that just they're just new into the game. No, they're actually like crypto traders, and it's like, no, based on this, this, and this, all these catalysts, getting on more exchanges, they're still thinking 20 cents by third quarter. And then they think, fourth quarter is going to go into crypto winter. So I believe what you want. This is just the trajectory that I'm on. Again, even the crypto winter, I don't think I'd sell. Even if I knew, like with a 99% certainty that in, October, November, it was going to take an 80% haircut, because historically, if there is a crypto winter, altcoins do take an 80 to 90% haircut. But even if I 99% was sure that it was going to, I still don't think I could sell. One, because I don't want to pay those short-term capital gains taxes, and two, God forbid it doesn't go, and then I sell, and then it keeps going. I was like, oh, yeah, I would not feel good about that. Investor Ali says someone bought 1.5 billion Doge 2 days ago. Hey, Elon tweeted, sometimes I feel like going all in on Dogecoin. Okay, so Investor Ali, I'm gonna be real with you right here. If you're still listening, still watching, I hope you are, even though it's 16 minutes late. There is a chance. Again, Elon Musk is one of, if not the smartest people on the planet, and you have something that I don't, for the most part throughout history, I've understood the moves that Elon has done. I think we think alike. I think I'd like to think we're cut from the same cloth. Definitely not. He's definitely like high quality silk, and I'm like cotton or whatever stuff that makes your skin itch. Anyway, but I don't understand this with Doge, because yes, Bitcoin has they are not green. They are not carbon neutral. But at the same time, it's the most carbon neutral way to build wealth. And again, they are working on it. They've been working on it for years. The miners and stuff, okay, with solar panels, let's do a wind turbine. I think actual water hydro, it's something with hydros and water, getting energy from there. That is the most efficient way currently that most people mine Bitcoin, through that source of renewable energy. And that being said, again, this will take another 12 years before no more Bitcoin can be mined ever. But yes, it uses a lot more energy than, some countries, but it's also got a market cap higher than most countries. So you have to put that into, thank you guys for 10 likes. You have to put that into consideration as well. And with Doge, you have something that really doesn't have a top. Like, it keeps going every single day. It has hundreds of thousands more mined, which again, Bitcoin has maybe not. It has more mined each day as well. Maybe like, I think 900 mined each day. But at the same time, Doge has hundreds of thousands more each day. And yeah, Elon Musk says, okay, well, to be a cryptocurrency, or to be a worldly currency, Elon Musk says, well, you would want that to get more each, because more people are born, more people, wealth is created. And you want that. That's what he says. And it kind of makes sense where you have something like the US dollar, which has been the top currency for 100 years. Well, it has the Federal Reserve. Not only does it have a US Mint, it has a Federal Reserve, but Federal Reserve is not federal, so I really don't like that, but it prints trillions of dollars a year. It's going to print trillions of dollars just this year. It's already Joe Biden has his way. He's going to print like $8 trillion this year. I digress. I don't like any party overstimulate, overspending, overtaxing. Not good for the economy. But anyway, maybe there's something that Elon Musk, there's a connection in his brain that I'm just not getting, and maybe Doge goes to the moon. Again, it's been the fourth cryptocurrency. I think it's like sixth now, but it's been the top 4 cryptocurrency. So maybe at some point it does become number 3. I don't think it'll ever go beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think those will stay 1 and 2 forever. Yeah, but I just don't see it yet. I don't see that connection. So Investor Ali, that's my answer. Legacy of Breeding says, will E2 making passive income this year already, you think? I mean, technically, we've been doing that since day one with land income tax. So land income tax, those that don't know, that are unfamiliar with Earth 2, if you buy land, if you have land in a certain area, like let's say it's, America. Let's say you have it in Florida or California, whatever. People that buy in New York, you get a small, teeny tiny piece of that anywhere. So you're getting money. Thank you guys for 15 likes. Oh, wow. 50. So you're getting that already. It's small things, a couple pennies here and there, but that does add up, especially when you're in a country that was still relatively low, and then a megacity was built there, like Antarctica, I wanted to do it in Antarctica because all the major countries had prices over a couple dollars at that point. So I was like, okay, let me do Antarctica, and for a whole host of reasons, a whole list of them. And, from that, your money goes up just because it's started at like 69 cents, whatever, and now it's like $1.69. But, so we're already doing that. And as far, resources, Essence, whenever that does come out, that'll be residual income as well. So whether it's this year or not, I don't know. It probably will be, though, probably towards the end of the year. Lynn X says Doge is a fork of Litecoin, and Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin. The reason why it's more environmentally friendly is because it's less secure. It's proof of work. That's what Doge is. Which it was one of the first copies of Bitcoin. It was made as a joke. I got 15 likes. Thanks, guys. And sorry, I'm just taking off my shoes. Like I said, I just went for a run, and my shoes are being all hard to get off now. My feet are swollen. But yeah, you're right. Litecoin will be around forever. Bitcoin, Ethereum, again, most of these altcoins are not going to last. So they'll keep a very, very low short market cap. But something like Doge, because of its meme popularity and because of Elon Musk, will probably hold its value and stay around forever. Will it ever go under a penny again? Probably not. Will it ever go to $1? I don't know. Probably not as well. Again, you've seen a lot of people switch, and they've switched. A lot of people that were in that were just in it for either the quick flip or for the meme. And as soon as it wasn't like popular anymore, oh, here's another one. Here's Sheeb. Here's Beeb. Here's all these other things. People have the attention spans of rodents sometimes, and they just go and try to chase that dragon, chase the next thing, which short term could work out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and when it doesn't, you get burned. That's why I'm okay with losing, or theoretically losing, half my net worth if I put into Bitcoin or Omi, because it's attached to such great products. It's attached to something that's not going to go away. That's disruptive in so many different ways, and in the long haul, it's going to make us very, very wealthy, or at least those who are putting in a decent amount of money. Masila says, Mr. Ali, really looked into Sheeb, convinced by the data, let it ride for you. Again, Sheeb, it's a gamble. It could go, I don't know. What I looked into it, probably in the future, maybe. But honestly, SafeMoon, though, it has so many hurdles to go through. But that's one of the things that, again, it's going, in the white paper, they say it's going to be attached to a game. And they penalize you for selling, which I don't like, but at the same time, that forces people to hodl, that forces people to sell, because you not only have, if you sell within a year, that 10% tax that the coin itself taxes you, but then you have an actual, 40% tax on that as well. So, okay, why not hodl? And so much more is burned every single day. And if it is attached to a game, if the white paper is true and the game is a success, then yes, that could be something that is very much warranted. Again, it's a pain in the butt to buy Safe. It's more of a pain to buy SafeMoon than it is to buy Omi right now. So yeah, in the future, it's very but it has so many different things to go through that I'm just not buying yet. Nick Lucero says, morning Crypto King, good week to buy. Fires, heck yeah, it's a really good week to buy. I've been buying a lot. Sheeb has a great community. Yeah, I haven't really seen any toxicity with Sheeb yet, although I'm not in like the Telegram groups, I'm not in the Discords or even the Reddit community. I've perused those just to go and do research on it, but I haven't been around enough to notice anything like that. Maxwell goes, about to burn so much Omi on Batman. Yeah, again, there's not going to be a day where, unless the marketplace is closed down for maintenance, where we don't burn less than 1 million coins. There's so few people right now. The fact that we're burning, I think, 1.8 million coins, I think was the minimum last week, is insane. And again, 224 million on that day that Tokidoki dropped, which nobody even know. It's very, very big in the East, but not too many people have heard of it in the West. Same with CryptoKins. Not many people were really around for CryptoKins. Maybe they're older, or maybe we're older now. We're the boomers, and everyone else that likes it is young, and maybe they were in parents. Hey, can I have Although, yeah, CryptoKins was very, very cheap. Tokidoki was very expensive. I think the lowest one was like $40. Where CryptoKins you can get for like $7. So for those who are here right now, for those of you that do not know, I have a every half hour I go and I sing a song for my Patreon members, and I show them. Here it is. She was just 17, you know what I mean, and the way she looked was way beyond compare. So I'll never. Okay, so I've been on Beatles kick this morning. I guess that's what we're doing for the rest of the day. Investor Ali says the community in Sheeb isn't as strong as Doge. In addition, 50% was owned by Vitalik, where he burned a ton and sold the rest to donate to a charity. Great guy. I would be careful with Sheeb. So, all right. So that's exactly what happened then. I knew something was supposedly burned, but I guess he sold it. But then he sold it for a very good reason, in order to put it into charity, which I like. Correct. Sheeb is definitely not as strong as Doge as far as community wise, but Doge just had like 7 or 8 years to go and get that way, whereas Sheeb is new, and so is Beeb, and so I think Sheeb has another one coming out called Bone or Collar or something like that, something along those lines. But yeah, same thing. I wouldn't put into Sheeb. If I did, it'd be a gamble. But put in what I'm willing to lose. Zila, that's the perfect mindset. Put in what you're willing to lose. If you lose it, no big deal. But if it goes to the moon, you're gonna look like a genius. Bravo says, "Hi Randy, what is the difference between season 1 and season 2?" This is just a way, again, just my opinion. I don't actually have a direct line to them really. Is saying that, okay, well, these are all the ones in season 1. So in the future, oh, what drop is that from? What season is that drop from? Because there's going to be a couple of different Batman drops throughout the seasons. I got 20 likes, yay. There's going to be a couple of different drops of Batman, Harley Quinn, My Little Pony, Transformers, Jurassic Park, all these things throughout the years. And again, potentially, Tupac, Dr. Dre, drops as well, because Hasbro owns Death Row Records, and they have just Hasbro, so potential for that as well. Most likely, season 1 is going to have the biggest. The NFTs are going to have the biggest wealth long term. Like, that's something that people, especially the sets, people are going to want that over the second, third, and fourth. The first couple of seasons will be really big. It'll always be really big, especially as it, and dare I say, as it goes on, the 5th and 8th and 10th and 20th season will be more popular, just because you're going to have more people in there. But that being said, because season 1 was the first season, that's the original. That's the OG. That is Magic Alpha. That is Pokemon base set. That is, rookie cards for. That's it. That's the first drops of the first people. We're going to look at it in comic books. Oh, this is the first appearance of this character. It's worth $1 million. Not that these NFTs will be worth $1 million, although we've even had one so far that was bought for $27,000, and it was from Powerpuff Girls meme. Again, it wasn't even something from the Powerpuff Girls from the 90s. It was a character that was made in the reboot, which didn't have Tara Strong, I didn't watch any of the new stuff for the Powerpuff Girls, but there's no nostalgia there, and it still sold for 20-something thousand. Maybe it's because of the serial number, what have you. But if you have anything from season 1, those NFTs are most likely going to be the most in the future, just because of the fact that was the OG. That's the first appearance of those things. Again, Pokemon base set is the most valuable set. Why? Because it was first. It was the OG. That was the original. And then again, you could do the same thing with Magic the Gathering. You can do the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! So I digress. Moving on. Investor Ali says, I don't really believe in the usability of coins like Doge and Sheeb, built as a meme and will always stay as a meme. I agree 100%. I've said before, like, for Doge, you can't make NFTs with it. You can't go and stake with it. I don't like the fundamentals of it. So I haven't, and I won't yet get into Doge. And again, and that being said, I said no to buying Doge. I said no to buying Doge in 2014 when it was like 1/100th of a penny. But at the same time, I also said no to buying Doge when it was picking up steam again, not just as a meme, but as a meme reborn, when it was half a penny and 4 cents, and it went up to like 70 cents, and then it went down. So again, that's something that, because I don't believe in it long term, I knew there were probably some gains that could be made, but because I didn't believe in it long term, I didn't put any money in. If Elon Musk starts doing something with Doge, which he kind of already is, but if he makes it so that, okay, now there's a limited amount, and now there's something that's going to be burned, he talks to the developers, and he says these certain things, and it becomes better, and now you can stake with them, and now you can make NFT. Yeah, if the thesis changes, then I too will change my thing and go into Doge a little bit. What is NFT exactly? So Ivan Risotto, NFT is non-fungible token. So basically, unlike how, let's say, Bitcoin, one Bitcoin is equal to another Bitcoin. They're exactly the same. They're interchangeable. Doesn't matter which one you have. They're both worth the same. But for NFTs, like let's say you have an NFT of Batman, like let's say the Batman that's dropping, let's say ultra rare is they have 1,000 of those copies. Well, because of the serial number that's attached to it, like this is one of 1,000, this is 500 of 1,000. The value does not come from the condition like it does with Pokemon cards or Magic cards or sports cards. It comes from the serial number. You have a common and your uncommons and your rares and your ultra rares. So yeah, value in that. But for the serial number, that's what it becomes. No two are the same because of that serial number. Pokemon cards, yeah, you could have some that are identical. Open 2 packs, oh, same cards. They're identical. Condition is the only thing that makes it. But NFTs, the condition's the same. Outside of that, why the condition is the same is because, again, that's why it's disrupting collectibles. You don't have to store it at a certain temperature. You don't have to make sure the sunlight doesn't hit it. You want it out. Again, it's got the augmented reality, which is awesome. You can get in your DeLorean. You can stand next to your Batman. You can. That's so cool. Comic-Con's gonna be amazing next year. I can't freaking wait. It's gonna be so amazing. So that's the reason. It's just different in that way. And again, and disrupting art as well, not just collectibles, but art, where you already have NFTs that have sold for, I think, 69 million. There's this one guy from, I think, Singapore. He's got over 9 figures worth of NFTs. That's over $100 million. And art in general, we had a Picasso painting last week that sold, another one that sold for over $100 million. And that's like the 5th one. So these have a long way to catch up. We have a long way to go where we have not just sports card or his art, here's sports cards, here's Pokemon, here's these VV collectibles right now, and that's not including Omi, but they're again disrupting everything. So there's a decent chance that maybe not by Pokemon, but maybe these guys go and they're worth more than a lot of other collectibles that have been around for 10 or 20 years so far. Because it also has the licenses and the history of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman have been around for almost 100 years. You have things like very nostalgic brands. So, again, moving on. Sup, our dog says, when mun, sir? When mun? Like when money? Probably, I don't know, the summer I think is starting soon. Some people think like, is this the crypto winter starting? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. This is very normal. You've had these drops, let's say Bitcoin, you've had these drops in multiple times before. During bull cycles, like, okay, well, we need a little bit of a correction, a little bit of sell-off. For every seller, there's a buyer, and I hope Bitcoin goes down to like 20 grand again. I'll be so rich. I'll buy all of it, or as much as I can, and then goes back up. Hey, you look smart. Again, for those of us that hodl, for those of us that, as long as it's something that's good and it's attached to a good company or something that's attached to a good blockchain, like again, Bitcoin is number one. Omi is attached to Vive. The Earth 2 crypto isn't even out yet, but it's already a game. It's already something that people have a vested interest in. Earth 2 is something that's already there. It's just, we're in phase 1 of it, but again, it's there. It's got a user base, and it's got a truly dedicated team, and it's got a lot going for it. And again, disruptive industry, there's a future. Reese Kendrick says, "Hey Randy, when do you think that we will see E2 phase 2? I think the beginnings the beginnings of it you'll probably see this year. I don't know when though. It could be again when RA Realty made a video last week after the resource leak. He made a video about it, and he said, "Oh, could these be phase 2 coming soon?" I got 25 likes. Thanks, guys. Earth 2 phase 2 coming soon, like in a couple of days. And they didn't say he was wrong. The Earth 2 fit, like they commented on it and they said, "Wow, this vid is fire. This vid is lit." But that was their perfect chance. They're like, "Hey, that's not the timeline. The timeline is actually this, this, or this." Or they didn't even have to specify a timeline. They'd have to say a couple days really soon. Don't say that. Don't spread misinformation. But they didn't. They just said this vid is fire. So yeah, name dropping RA Realty. As long as I'm name dropping. Guidebook Gaming does a bunch of free giveaways as long as you're into Earth 2. Just go and follow them. There'll link down below to their Twitch. and they go and they give away free tiles, sometimes in Chavez my megacity, and also, by the way, Skip Yellow won the last giveaway. So message me and you get a free tile in Chavez. Now, outside of that, you do have I forget even the question. Earth 2 Phase 2. It could be in a couple weeks. It could be in a couple months. Maybe it doesn't happen until next year. I don't know, but most likely it'll be this year. Most likely it'll be in the next couple months. Just my opinion. Maxwell Cook says, "If I were a rich girl, na 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 na." How far behind? Wow, I am way behind on comments. I'm so sorry, guys. Ray Thax, again, that $50 super chat says, "To be a hodler, one must be patient and able to ride turbulent white waters of crypto. Stay strong, my brothers and sisters." This is whitewater rafting. You have to go, and as long as you believe in it, and this is why I'm okay with Elon shaking the tree, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's crypto in general. One tweet from one person, as long as you believe in the company, should not affect what you do with it. It should not affect what you. Why am I a little cloudy? No, I'm good. It shouldn't affect it shouldn't change your thesis. As long as nothing's changed. Again, the man that runs the company has 1/5 of 1% of crypto. So I think that is. I'm gonna wash y'all real quick. I'm gonna. All right. Hopefully that's a little better. Dash is still in view. Mr. Raleigh says, only short-term short. Expecting price to dump around 41K. Then I'll be buying like a madman. I hope it gets there. I hope it gets there after I sell my card so I could buy it in with you. So I hope you're right. I hope it does. I hope it goes below that. I hope it goes to 39. I hope it goes back to 33. Probably won't, but actually, Investor Ali, if you look in the last year, I think 42 is actually that, if I remember correctly, that last low, that last support line. So I don't know if I'd expect it to go to 41. 42,000, I think, was the last support line after the 46 that it was. So again, just letting you know what I read in the technical analysis. But either way, if you short it at 46 and goes down 40, by all means, get it. Quachoto says, grandma basements are the new millionaire mansions. I'm sure SM Pratt would agree. Anyone that does not know, SM Pratt is the prince of Pokemon. He puts my collection to shame, even when my collection was at full force. It was several $1 million. Again, not to air his, I don't want to say dirty laundry, his clean laundry, but he is the prince of Pokemon. He's been in this hobby longer than almost any of us. He liked it when he was a kid. He started buying in like the late 2000s when Pokemon was a deserted, barren wasteland. He's been right since I've been following him, since like 2017, 2018. He's been right about everything so far. And sometimes it takes a little while for him to be right, but he does wind up being right. As far as Pokemon goes, I'm not sure if he has any crypto. I'm not sure if he has any stocks. But yeah, so he's been right as far as Pokemon goes. I've been right as far as everything I've mentioned the last few years, but that's about it. Maxwell Cook says, I'm hoping this personal loan goes through in a day or two so I can get up to 250,000 Omi. Well, I mean, that's something that I try to do as well. I try to get, bank wouldn't let me though. I would do the same thing. I would go and again, if this is just me, if I can get $100,000 loan from whether it's the government or whether it's Citibank, whatever have you, Chase, I'd put maybe 75% into Bitcoin, 25% into Omi. Well, no, I'd probably do 50 into Bitcoin, 25 into Omi, maybe 20 into Ethereum, and then like 5% into Binance Coin, something like that. Just because that's safe, and that's the Omi. You're not going to need as much to make that many gains because Bitcoin, let's say it 4 or 5x's by the end of the year, where Omi might 20x. So you're not going to need as much Omi to make the same gains as you would with Bitcoin. That's, again, just my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Chris Carter says, E2 seems very quiet at the moment. When do you reckon they'll actually release Phase 2? In my essence, I don't know. I would say this year, but again, when Phase 2 was ready to go a couple months ago, but what they had to do was when they said that, hey, now that we have a deal with this cryptocurrency, they have to rewrite the entire code, which takes a long time. It's simple because they know exactly what to do, but it's not easy. I got more than 25 likes, yay. So it's simple in the fact that you can go and have a, what do you call it? You can go and have a, you know exactly what to do. You can know exactly what to tell your workforce. You don't even need a meeting for it. Just send an email. Hey, this is what we had. This is what we're adding. This is what we need to do. That's it. And then you just have the get more coders to do it, and maybe in a timely fashion. Maybe that's what they have to try to do. But you also have to make sure that you can't just hire anyone willy-nilly off the street, because what if they take some of that code and then they sell it to Epic Games, or they take some of that code and they sell it to a competitor, to Decentraland, my neighbor Alice. You don't want their trade secrets or anything, getting out. So they do have to be selective in who they hire. That's why I think it'll take a couple months, just because of that. Lynn X says, didn't know Wraithax is into E2 like that. 43 on the leaderboard. Yeah, Wraithax is a beast. He's is a very, I don't say financial hero, is a E2 hero. He is an E2 hero. I don't know if Wraithax has a card out. Probably should. Pretty big in the community like that. Quad Shoto says, I don't see this clearance getting much lower than it's at now. I mean, Investor Ali is a very intelligent person. I mean, that low of Bitcoin, which it may or may not retest, is 42,000, give or take. Now, if it breaks below that, then I expect it to go way below that, like 37,000. But again, I don't see that happening. It might go down to that previous low, 42,000, maybe 41. But as far as going, yeah, I don't see it going below that. If it does, great, buy more. If not, no big deal. Again, we know where this is going long term. Same thing with Omi. DW says, hey Randy, so far I have 500K of Omi, thinking if I should get more, as I'm worried 500K won't be enough. Plan to hold over 3 to 5 years. With that said, would you say 500,000 is still pretty solid? Yeah, I mean, it depends what your financial goals are. It depends on whether you may or may not need that money in an emergency. I hope you don't. Well, one, I hope you have a separate fund for emergencies, and also I hope no emergencies arise ever for you or anyone. But life happens, things happen. I think I still continue to believe that we reach $1 by mid-2020s, and that's $500,000. I don't know what country you're from, what your lifestyle is, but if you, again, I'm not telling everyone to live like a pauper, like I did, like I don't know if I still do. First world country standards, maybe this might be a little bit of a pauper, but live humbly. If you, let's say, are sick and your family's always been sick and they, die off middle age, and you say, like, what, I just want to enjoy, yeah, by all means, go nuts. But if you live modestly, again, a lot of these mega rich people, like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, they have modest houses. I've seen my my dad at one point say, so much money, why are you having this house like this? Why, because they're cheap. I was like, well, maybe that they are cheap, maybe they're frugal, I don't know, but you don't need like an 8-bedroom, you don't need a 10, like you don't need if you're a single person like me, if I won Lotto's like $468 million right now. If I won that, and let's say after taxes and I take a lump sum, let's say I have $150 million, I might buy a condo. The only reason I would buy a house is because my girlfriend has pets, and a lot of condos don't allow pets, and I would do that. But for the most part, like if I have a house, like it would be for her. If I was single, if life was not good and she was not in my life, I would get a condo, because I don't want to have to deal with mowing the lawn or shoveling. Although I live in Florida, so I wouldn't have to shovel snow. Yeah, I wouldn't want. I would still shop at the dollar store for some things. For those sunglasses, you can get nice sunglasses at the dollar store for $1. They break if you breathe on them the wrong way, but my God, they're so cool. And I lose them and I sit on them. So live humbly, and then $500,000, especially if it depends what country you're in, could be a good amount of money. But again, that's in like the 5-year range. If you, let's say like 10 years and it goes to $3, or 20 years and it goes to like $5, yeah, that more than enough. But again, that's long term, and that's very speculative long term. My hair is getting crazy. Boris Zelowski says, how do you comment on Elon's tweet and launching crypto winter. Many people hated it, even though they raised it a month ago. Yeah, I mean, what did he buy it at? Like 33,000, and what did he say he bought it at? Like 37,000. So, it increased like 80%, and then his tweet lost 30%. So it's still a net positive for what he did. It's still a net positive. Look at Bitcoin where it was the beginning of the year or where it is now. And again, that's only 5.5 months. So you're making a lot of money. Again, peaks and valleys for everything. Omi, same thing. If you bought it at the beginning of the year when it opened, you made a butt ton of money. If you bought at the top, if you bought like that guy who spent $150,000 and has like 16 million of them because he bought it like around a penny, well, yeah, he lost 60% of his wealth. But he didn't, though, because he's not selling right now. People like that, they understand there are peaks and valleys. Those people don't sell at the first sign of trouble. The real wealth is created from patience. It's from patience and letting things go up and down until eventually it does rise. That happens with stocks, with the S&P 500. Some stocks, they have down years where they actually lose money the entire year. Do people panic? Do people sell? No, they hold through it, and then the same thing that happens. Now, I don't invest in the S&P 500 because there's like a dozen or so companies on there that I just don't like, that are dinosaurs, that are just bad. No. So again, my only thing is in Tesla. Right now, again, there are other stocks that are as good, maybe if not have more room to grow than Tesla. I just like it because I have to sneeze. Okay, bless me. I said I had to sneeze beforehand, so hopefully that didn't scare anybody. Almo Midovic says, your bear case for Omi is 6 cents. Can you explain why? That seems really optimistic. Yeah, I guess it does. But I'm not naively optimistic in the sense that, oh, hey, no, this can only go up. Clearly it hasn't. It's gone down since I've started buying it at around 0.007, almost half. Now, and in that time, it's gone down 0.5 up to like 0.008, and I've bought all the way up and down and continuously. Again, I bought this more this morning. Now, why I say that is because you've had all of these major big catalysts that should be pushing the coin up, but it hasn't. It's been trading down because it's very, very hard to buy. It's not on a Binance. It's not, and it might not get on Binance till possibly next year, but probably this year, where they have another exchange coming up this month. Is that Binance? Probably not. At least I hope not. I hope it's just another small one. Slowly get it, but you can get it on Uniswap, the wrapped version of Omi as well. I should say that you can get on Uniswap. But again, you have these big brands that that they have, but they haven't officially announced it yet. But not even including those. The ones that they have announced, they've announced Hasbro, they've had DreamWorks, they announced Jurassic Park, Star Trek, CBS. So the ones that they've announced that they have licenses with, they haven't done drops for those yet. The Omi that's being burned at a ridiculous pace, like bananas. So the more that's burned, the more that this is worth. So the fact that you have other drops coming, and now drops aren't happening every 2 weeks anymore. They're happening every single week, every Thursday. You have the marketplace that the more that is dropped every single week, the more that's going to be on the marketplace. The more that's on the marketplace, the more Omi that gets burned. And we're burning so much right now, and it's under half a penny. This is ridiculous. I hope it stays down here for Batman. For Tokidoki, for something that's really only big in the East, had burned 224 million Omi that day, and then we had like 8 million burned the next day because of the marketplace. So, and then on days where there's no drops, we consistently burn $1 million worth of Omi. Vivi is very, very vertically integrated, the same way that Tesla is. Tesla, they mine a lot of their own materials, and they have a lot of their coding, their battery chips, their AI chips are made in-house. So they're vertically, they don't have to go out. Omi's the same thing. They don't have to rely on eBay or secondary marketplace. They are the secondary marketplace with protection, with that thing inside the app. They give you 3 different wallets. They give you a gem wallet, an Omi wallet, and an NFT wallet. And it's the tokenomics are very, very strong with this. It's actually, I think, the best I've ever seen. And again, as you have more exchanges and more drops coming and more announcements of licenses, oh, I got 30 likes, thanks guys. That's gonna get to the moon. So that's why 6 cents is my bear case. Now, that being said, I don't believe that we're gonna have a crypto winter. If we do have a crypto winter, let's say we get to 10 cents or even 6, whatever, let's say 10 cents, then a crypto winter, a lot of coins take an 80 to 90% haircut. So that would mean if it's 10 cents, it might go to 1 to 2 cents again if that happens on that height of that winter. But that being said, I don't believe we're happening, but if you go to the person tap trades that does believe we're going into a crypto winter, his base case is even higher than mine. My bull case is 12 to 15 cents. His base case is like 16 to 20 cents by the third quarter. So in the next couple of months, which is that's a lot. Not saying it can't happen because again, out of the couple 100,000 users we have on Vive, we only have 100-something thousand, give or take, holders of Omi. Maybe a little more now that I start doing videos about it, streams about it each day. So that's why when it gets on other exchanges and it's much easier to buy, a lot more people will buy. Moving on. Maxwell Cook says, oh, on the new exchange, it will probably hit 15 to 20 cents and then level out at 8 or 10. That's a lot really quickly. It's going to be a lot very, very quickly. Xylotonic says, this crypto pullback was mostly noobs buying into Doge Shiba and peeing their pants after their crappy coins went down. We need to shake them out to continue. Yeah, I agreed 100%. If anyone has watched, if anyone has watched Cobra Kai, and you go to Johnny Lawrence's master, I forget his name, but he's like, this is addition by subtraction. You're only as strong as your weakest member. You take out the weak members, you grow in strength. So that's what we're doing with the paper hands of people that are into Doge and Sheeb and all that, which again, in the future, nobody knows what could happen. But for right now, if you look at that, you're saying, okay, well, anyone that has paper hands, again, just because you're investing in those doesn't mean you're a bad investor. You could have a bunch of money elsewhere, and maybe that's just for fun. And yeah, if you have diamond hands there too, again, who knows where it can go. But yeah, paper hand is definitely something that I would not recommend. Maxwell Co says, with a finite amount, the Bitcoin mining will eventually hit a break. Yeah, at some point, I think 2032 is, I think, no more Bitcoin after that point. No more, all the Bitcoin will be mined. And then, Jesus. Yeah, I don't, to get like a $10 trillion, to get a $10 trillion market cap is nothing. I think Bitcoin will eventually at some point reach $100 trillion market cap. Which sounds insane because it'd be about over $5 million a coin, but it makes sense to me. Again, going 15, 20 years in the future, but maybe not. I think over $1 million a coin, but before the end of the decade. But again, just my opinion. Xylotana says, Tesla survives by tons of federal support. How do you think the government thinks about him taking their money, putting it into Bitcoin, and making a ton of cash? Tesla has, I don't know if you're talking about the ZEV credits, because the federal support, like if you're talking about the tax credit that you get for buying a Tesla, that ran out years ago. But I think that's why Nancy Pelosi, she put a bunch of money, or she made her husband put a bunch of money into Tesla, because they were going to renew that tax credit for the people, which is fine. But they don't need the government support. Does it help? Yeah, sure. But they don't need government support. They sell every single car that they make. They don't have a demand. They don't have a demand problem at all. There's more than enough demand to meet. And again, they might do a million car sales this year. Probably like 900,000, but I think they might do 1 million car sales, just because you have Giga Berlin next quarter, and then you have Giga Texas, the quarter after that. But again, I don't know what money you're talking about. Maybe ZEV credits. For those of you that don't know, Tesla has what's called zero emission vehicle credits, where the government says you need every car that's made that's electric, you get a zero emission vehicle credit, and you need to have a certain amount of those in order to not get taxed. If you're somewhere like Chrysler that doesn't have a certain amount of zero emission vehicle credits, they're going to have to pay an insane amount of taxes. But what they can do is they can buy zero emission vehicle credits from another company, naming Tesla. Now, Tesla doesn't need these zero emission vehicle credits because they don't make ICE cars. They don't make internal combustion engines. They only make electric vehicles. So they don't have to worry about that tax. So maybe Xylotonic, are you saying that because other people buy Tesla ZEV credits, again, that's not really from the government. That's they don't need that. They make everything that they sell. They're producing at scale. They have $20 billion in the war chest. So I'm not 100% sure when you say that Tesla's taking people's money, but or Tesla's taking the government's money. But take the government's money, buy Bitcoin. Sure, that's great for the shareholders because you're holding Bitcoin on your balance sheet. That's real money. Fiat money, as far as dollars, is something that gets weakened every single year because of the Federal Reserve, because of spending. Yeah, I think that's great. Tesla sold 10% at a huge profit. Yeah, whatever they had, they sold 10%. But Elon Musk, he made a huge tweet about that, just saying like, well, we sold that to prove the liquidity of Bitcoin, and we were right. We did. So yeah, and that was probably also for the balance sheet as well. Quattro, $1.69. Nice. I have the attention span of a microscopic bacteria. Oh man, I'm literally a half hour behind on comments. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this, but for now. Oh God, I had a Beatles song in my head. No, shake it up, baby. Now shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Now, come on, baby. Come on and work it. Every half hour, I go and give a shout out to my Patreon members because they're my bays. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I think I don't think I'll be able to finish the answering everyone's questions. I know I tell people, oh, ask them on chat, ask them on chat. I'm going to keep going and answer as many as I can, but be advised, I might not make it. Might be. I'm at 2,900 subscribers now, so it might be a little hard. Junior Sanchez says SpaceX is not environment. Tesla lithium battery mining is not environmentally friendly. Elon is being a hypocrite on a tweet. I mean, Tesla is being as environmentally friendly as they can. Again, just being vertically integrated helps with that, not having to ship things halfway around the world. Or, I have to go a couple of times. It's just all within Tesla. But they have been working on that, trying to get use cobalt a lot less and everything. But it is they're more environmentally friendly than any other car company out there right now. Again, that could change in the future. Kurt 5 sales everywhere. Justin Pierce says, Omi still a buy? I was away all seemed with no internet. Same Justin Pierce. Justin Pierce, yeah, Omi still buy. I'm still buying. And I can tell Justin Pierce buys because he's my friend. I've known him for like 20 something years. 24 years, give or take. Yeah, he's a good dude. Kurtan 5 says he sold it for India COVID relief funds. Elon Musk did not sell it for India COVID relief funds. The person who had Sheeb sold it for India COVID relief funds, which again is great, giving that all to charity. That's pretty much what I want to do. Not exactly for COVID, is for animals. I don't know if COVID will be a huge thing when in 5 years when I start doing all these main charity things for animals. Moving on. Jason Max says, I feel like I've heard you answer this before, but I'm having a brain queef, so humor me. Do you think the price will get a $1 or $2 cent bump, or I'm sorry, a 1 or 2 cent bump when it hits the new exchanges? I only ask because I want to get my roommate off my back about how dumb I am for throwing all my extra money into Omi right now. So if I can flash him the 4x on my money, maybe he will STFU for a minute. Yeah, I mean, a new exchange will help, definitely. It's really about advertising, though. Like, again, nobody knows about it yet. Like, there aren't like millions of people that know about it. Maybe there are people that know about it that just aren't invested, but I feel like if you know about it, you should at least download the app. Like, especially kids, they download apps for everything. Especially if you have NFTs in there. If you have money in there, if you have NFTs or gems, you're not going to take that app and you're not going to just delete it. Like, you're going to keep that forever. Just because, like, oh, well, who knows, that NFT could be worth something. And if you have an NFT from season 1, yeah, that's most likely going to be worth a lot of money one day. Is a common Krypton's going to be worth like $1,000? Probably not. I think you buy those. You could have bought them at like $7, and I have a common one at like $27 that I bought it at. It was a low serial number, and it was one that I wanted. It was the cheapest on there at the time, although now you can probably get them for like $15, $20. Just again, the market takes place. But yeah, a lot of these other things that, again, Batman's been around since like the 1930s. You can definitely sell that at what, 10x, 100x in the future, whatever you got at, especially if it's an ultra rare, especially a low serial number. But for Jason Mack, yeah. For Omi, I don't know when it'll get that. When it does start, yeah, the catalyst will be big. I don't know when you got in. Let's say you got in a half a penny or whatever. Your roommate, obviously is being a little closed-minded there, saying that, oh, hey, I don't have a for Omi. Like if he says that about Omi, he doesn't know what it's attached to. He doesn't know the fundamentals on it. He doesn't know the tokenomics. So the best revenge is your success. Again, if I were you, this is just me, or if I were me, if people were saying that to me, okay, all right, you don't buy, I'm gonna keep buying. I'm gonna keep buying. Just tell people, say what you want. I got you in the end. You know what I would do also, and this is just me being petty. I don't recommend people do this because probably not. But what I would do, like people say, like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. I would go and wait for that person to like take their significant other out for like dinner or whatever, and I'd be having like a bottle of like Johnny Walker Blue at the bar, and then I'd go to the waiter and be like, pay for this couple's meal, and it's like, okay, and then it's like, oh, the man over at the bar paid for your meal, and then when they look over, you're in a nice suit, fresh haircut, it's like, and then you wink at his girlfriend. Like, again, that's probably the most petty thing, and that's probably the most, I don't want to say disgusting thing that I've ever said, but that's how petty I would be. Probably not. I don't know if I would recommend doing that. But it'd just be funny. I'd be like, yeah. And then that'll hurt more than any witty comeback, like ever. Quattro says, season 1 is like having a first edition stamp on an NFT. Yeah, pretty much. Dave Mass, I just joined the live. Sorry if you already answered that. No problem, Jason Mack. I am clearly a half hour behind on these, so I apologize if you're still watching or if I didn't answer. Oh, so sorry. Earth 2 OG? Of course. True T says, when do you guys think Omi's price will start bumping up a little? Do you think Vivi will be launching NFT? Do you know when Vivi will be launching NFTs? So Vivi has been launching NFTs every week now for a while, and before then it was every other week. And now you have what do you call it? You have drops every week. So Batman is going to be another one that drops this week. It's going to drop on Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. I don't know about Mountain Times, whatever, depending on where you're on the country. Europe, whenever that is. So it'll start bumping probably after it gets on new exchange, which David Uden's confirmed that it's going to be this month. We don't know which exchange yet. Probably going to be a smaller one. Now says, well, yes, but Picasso is probably the world's best known artist of all time. In history of humanity, these NFTs are made by total nobodies. Well, the NFTs though, like again, you have actual artists that do their painting, make it into an NFT, and then burn their painting. And it's not like nobody artists; they're like major artists that do that. And people make it, like, again, that's history where you have an NFT of the first tweet that was made by not Jack Kerouac. let's go way back, by Jack Dorsey. That's something that, again, that means a lot. The world is changing in that direction. I've said for a while now, NFTs are the future. Cryptocurrency will be probably Bitcoin, the currency of the future. And yes, but Picasso, because there's only so few of them, will that ever be made into an NFT and then the real one burn? Probably not, or at least I hope not. But yeah, this is the future. The NFTs are made by nobodies, but again, who was Satoshi back in the day before he made Bitcoin? Nobody knew who he was. I want to make a crypto in the future as well. Who knows me now? Maybe the couple thousand people that watch me on Earth 2 or on Omi or in the Pokemon community. So maybe 5,000 people. You know, maybe go to 5,000 to 10,000 people if I go with my military buddies and everyone else that knows who I am of me. But I'm not like, I don't have like 1 million followers. I don't have yet. Maybe one day. Nobody right now, but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna try it, and then when it hopefully works out, yeah, then people will know. The Iron Kiwi says, I think something will surpass Bitcoin for market cap anyway. I don't think so. Like if something were to surpass Bitcoin, I would bet nothing is impossible, but I would put. I think safely, I would put like $5,000 down right now, saying that nothing will ever surpass Bitcoin, at least in the next 10 to 20 years. And my $5,000 would be on the line for 10, 20 years, but maybe in the future, I don't know, man. I don't think so. Just because of the way of the world is, where most of the world, most of the world governments and the world's banks are not into Bitcoin yet. Some of them are. But you have the companies first, which move ahead of. You have people which move ahead of companies. You have companies which have red tape that move ahead of government, and then and then some governments. But a lot of governments of the world, they're going to be against it because they can't control their people. If they don't control the currency, then they can't control the people. So, yeah. So if anyone does surpass Bitcoin, I don't think Ethereum's number 2. So it probably won't be Ethereum because no big company is really buying Ethereum. Maybe some people are, but definitely not at the rate that Bitcoin is. If it is something that would pass Bitcoin, I don't think it'd be something that'd be made yet. If it does, I don't think it'll happen. Investor Ali says, I've been a bit behind on E2 news. Could you update us on the resources that I've been hearing about? Yeah, sure. I guess half hour late, so I'm so sorry, Investor Ali. For the Earth 2 resource leaks that happened last week, you saw a screenshot of, okay, there's a little island, and you have the water, you have the island, you have the trees, and what you see is you see gold, you see ore, you see iron, you see wood, you see fresh water, you see sand. So there's a bunch of things that you see in that screenshot, and you can go back to my YouTube videos and just look at the screenshot and see exactly what it is. Look at the thumbnail. What happened is that basically those are the things that you can get on that island in those squares. That is not the only thing that you can get in this game. The game, what you can get is going to be probably 5x that. But that's a lot what you can get with just a small amount of tiles, which is great because if you have a lot of these things, you could barter, you could trade with people. And then if let's say you don't have desert sand, and you need desert sand for something, whatever, then you could trade with somebody that has land in Kuwait, like I do. Well, most of my land is on the flight line of Ali Al Salem, so I probably, I don't know if that'll actually spawn sand, or what it'll spawn. I have the silver bullet. For anyone that's been there, got Sierra Bravo. Food's a coming. But for other people, again, that's a good way to trade. And outside of those resources, we don't know the spawn rate of those resources, if each tile, if sand spawns faster than fresh water, or ore spawns faster than gold. And class 1's most likely going to be the ones that produce the most resources and essence. Class 2 and 3 will definitely produce them, but probably at a lesser rate. And class 4, I don't think does produce that. Or if it does, it produces a small amount. I know class 4, you can still build on, you can still do whatever on, but I think it just doesn't produce resources for class 4. I think. Michael Evans says, what do you think about ETH last 2 days? I texted you about. Yes, Evans, I did see that, but unfortunately I was streaming. I can't. But yeah, thank you for getting back to me. ETH last 2 days. Yeah, it's taken a hit, but that's something that, again, if I bought at 4,200 and I see it down here, okay, maybe I'll try to buy more if I can. I don't see any reason why ETH would disintegrate. The only reason why I think ETH might have Ethereum might have a little bit of negative news is if when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, is if the fees are still insane for gas fees. That's something that I don't like. It's that it's still dozens of if it's still dozens of dollars for gas fees, it's not going to work. But most likely it'll fix it to where the gas fees are very, very minimal. That's why I think Cardano is very good. Its gas fees are very, very small. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I need to stretch. My body. Okay. Moving on. Reese Kendrick says, looking forward to phase 2. Super cool that you try and get to all of our chats. Keep up the great content, man. Thank you. This is probably going to be the one video, the first video that I can't get to it because I'm already an hour 14. I'm already a half hour behind. Ethan Youngberg says, first class 5 tile found in Earth 2. Oh, where? Ethan, comment down below. Where? Game X Hostile says, wait, I got 30 million E2C coins? What is E2C? Um, if you're talking about that one, I don't even want to call them a company. That one group of people that said, "Hey, this is the Earth 2 crypto, or we want it to be the Earth 2 crypto. Please sell those immediately." Those are not going to go anywhere. That's something that I am 100% sure people will lose money if they put into that. Please do not put into that. Like a week or two ago, these people, that their announcements, both the announcements were riddled with spelling errors. They're saying like, we're making a crypto and it's going to be the official Earth 2 crypto. It's definitely not. But they even themselves in the announcement said like, is it the Earth 2 crypto officially? Not yet, but we hope it to be. We're asking Shane like, they're going to need a crypto. Why not use ours? It doesn't work like that. Oh my God, those people! I don't even want to give. I don't know their names, but do not buy anything that says it's an Earth 2 crypto unless the official game comes out and says it. And they even name drop me and British Guy Dorkslayer in there. Are they involved? No, no, definitely not. You guys do not have my blessing on that. Zero blessing. Stop taking money from people. Quad Shoto says, I meant Omi clearance. My bad. Oh, okay. Wait, Omi clearance? Yes. Good. Honestly, I can't even find that last one. New England drone snapshots. Hi, New England drone snapshots. He says, hit the like button. And thank you. The best things in life start with V, like a virtual reality, like virtual likes, like virtual hugs and virtual homies and dirty things. Grandmaster Wawa says, personally, I don't think California is that expensive. If you don't rent or own property there and your job is online somewhere else, fruits and gas are a little more expensive, but not by much. If you don't rent or own property there, well, if you don't rent or own property, you're living in your car. Done that before, multiple times. Would not recommend. The only time I would recommend living in your car is if you are young and you want to test yourself, like, okay, what can I go through? What are my limits? And then try to push past your limits like Goku. Or if it's winter and you're in someplace cold and you're training for a fight and you want to live like a pauper and just you want to like get hungry. Yeah, like, okay, do that. But if you can do it and you want to do it as like an experiment, yeah, but it's not comfortable, and I do think it does age you a little bit. Joseph says, sorry if this was already asked, but where do you store your Omi? Yeah, you can do it on MetaMask. Trust Wallet is where I have mine. Ari Realty has his Trust Wallet, yeah. When Lambo asks, I think it's worth it. That just means we're still very early. Yeah, we are very, very early in this, 100%. New England drone snapshots is go much driving just to get anywhere. Yeah, a lot of driving to get into Cali, and traffic is insane. I would never live in Cali. You can give me, yeah, no, I'd never live in Cali, at least not in the major cities. But it's on fire a lot, and just the potential for the earthquake because of that fault line. I would not. I would not live in Cali ever. Very, very, very Democrat. And again, I have a lot of characteristics that are considered left, and a little bit liberal, but that is liberal like to the extreme, Cali, and same in New York. So I'm getting out of New York within the next year. Very excited. Uri TV says, bless you. Thank you. Maxwell Cook says, Bluey. Chris Carter says, how do I get a tile in Chaveztopia? Well, there's a link down below that says Chavez Megacity, and that is Chaveztopia. So you want to go there and go and get it. It is like $1.69 a tile, I think now, give or take. John Doe says, if I was Warren Buffett, I'd still have a small, modest house, but build with way more durable materials and have a nuclear bunker underneath. Have the most useful. Yeah, that honestly, just for fun, maybe I'd build like a zombie protection house where go Dr. Evil. They can get a moat with freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on their freaking heads. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really fun. I would enjoy that as well. Do you think Money XL is a good EV play? I'm not. Are you XL? Is that Lee? There are going to be. There's going to be a fight for who's number 2 in that EV market, and you could be in the top 10 in the EV market. 2 through 10, and it could still be good. It could still be decent long term. But if I'm telling, let's say Justin Pierce, I want to get into an electric vehicle, stock. What should I get in? Well, Justin Pierce, buy Tesla. That's the only thing you need to buy. Buy that, nothing else. If you want EV, And that's what I tell him, one of my best friends of 20 something years. Joe Dallas says, "What up, Randy? Good morning, sir." Good morning, John W. Lisa Kalinsky says, "Would you mind me asking how much Omi you own and what was the price you got when you got it?" I own about 5.75 million Omi, 5.75 million, and I started buying at 0.007, gone down like 0.006, went up to 0.008, and now it's down here at 0.0039, and I've been buying all through then. If I would have found it earlier, I would have bought it at a penny. I would have bought as soon as I found out about it, I was buying. And then, you know, the deeper I go into it, the more confidence I have in it. As well, because the government sold NFTs of the original Declaration of Independence over this. Wow, that's crazy. Will E2 take Dogecoin? E2 will probably accept a bunch of different crypto for their tiles there. For their tiles, there are certain transactions. Will Dogecoin be one of them? Probably not. Maybe. Probably not. I don't, a coin flip on whether they take it or not. But your information generally costs more than Bitcoin. FYI generally costs more than Bitcoin. What costs more than Bitcoin? Let me know. Teddy Hochstead says, "Hey Randy, late to the party. So what's the conclusion? Worth it or not worth it?" For those of you that don't know, that are just joining, basically my thoughts on the title of what I put on each video are said in the first 15 minutes, you know, give or take. And then after that is just Q&A. But yes, short answer, yes, 100% worth it, 100%. In my opinion, not financial advice. As well, because E2 Meta posted a video at the start of this labeled something about Class 5. Oh, interesting. That is very interesting. All right, what we got here? I am actually not far behind. It's 11. How? Wow, that's insane. All right, cool. Only like 5 minutes behind now. That's insane. All right. Ethan Youngberg says, Earth 2 Meta found it. I don't know where it is, but it cost him $2,000. Interesting. Good for him. He got that's something. That is something. Can I buy Omi on MetaMask? I'm not 100% sure. I don't think yet you can. Ethan Youngberg says, actually, it was on the Test Earth 2 site. Okay, Test Earth 2. Alex says, hey, Randy, how's it going? WTF is going on? Elon Musk better get some protection. Omi price crashing, not a good day. Incorrect, sir. It is a great day. Well, one, Elon Musk definitely already has 24-hour protection, but it is a great day because everything we love, Bitcoin, Omi, what have you, is on sale. And we're getting it. We are getting this bread. It's very, very good. Alex says, and what do you think of a fifth Batman drop? I think it's a cop-out. They're scared to drop anything big or make any announcement that might blow the app up as they can't handle the numbers. Well, there's some truth to that. There's some truth that they might not want to. That's why I don't think they've really advertised outside of that one Google advert we saw. And that Google advert was really self-serving. I'm pretty sure Vivi did not tell Google to start doing ads for them. Google started doing that ads because Google gets 30%. If you have a Google phone, like an Android, they get 30% of the money that you put in there. So you put in $100 for 100 gems, they get $30 of that. So yeah, that's self-serving for Google. But yeah, that's possible that they don't want this blowing up too quick. So, but either way, if they don't want it to blow up too quick, do some other small things like Kripkins or small things like Tokidoki. But Batman's something big. Even though it's the fourth drop, that's something big that people are going to want. It's the first thing of season 2. Investor Ali says, year 2037, waiting for my E2 egg NFT. They didn't give that to you yet? Oh, yeah, I think they said phase 2. They'll give that to you. But I think if you were one of the people that got the egg, you still get like that $50 whatever, bonus. I think that was handed out already. If not, let me know. I've said all these 100+ brands signed up and they drop a 5th Batman series. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what was ready. Again, Batman, you have 80 years worth of stuff to go through, so it makes sense that you have a bunch of product to do. You have a long time. Same thing with, I don't know if they have Winnie the Pooh, but Winnie the Pooh is very, very old as well. You would have 100 years worth of things there. Hello Kitty's been around since the 70s. You have a lot going there. Pokemon, oh my God, there's so much in all of these. There's so much history. There's so much to go through. Again, they could only do Batman-related characters for years. Just like one drop a week for years. Moving on. Yeah, finance coin. I don't know if the market cap is higher, but it's 65 to 80,000 a coin for You said FYI, so finance coin. I would take a look at it. Bravo says, well, Mr. Ali. Alex says, I'll give you that. Great day for Omi buyers. Fill your boots, lads. I went from like being like a half hour behind to like caught up with messages. I don't know how I did that. Grandmaster Wild says, how do I buy Omi? Okay, so you got to go and send USDT to either Gate.io, AscendX, or Bit4X. What I do is I send easiest way for me, send Bitcoin to Bit4X, use that Bitcoin, sell that and get USDT, and then use that USDT to buy Omi. Either way, you have to convert to USDT, and with that USDT, you can buy Omi. And then transfer out to a trust wallet, because that's probably for the best. 5th series Batman. There's Maxwell says the social media is hinting hard at Marvel this season too. Yeah, probably as well. And don't forget, NFTs, these are the ones that are interactive. Don't forget about comic books. I 100% believe that comic books will be a thing as well. Virtual comic books that you could read, I think, pop out. If you have it like that with the DeLorean car, I guarantee you they have it with comics. I feel that in my bones. I feel that in my soul. Quad Shoto says, was Pokemon ever officially confirmed on Vive? Officially, no. They've dropped so many hints, but officially it hasn't yet. Lynn X says, 25% Solana yesterday. So happy I was holding it for weeks. Oh, wow. Congrats. Yeah, Solana is something I might put into a long term. You know, when I finally sell this card, Gad Almighty says, I send USDT directly using Anchor USD. Oh, yeah. If you can do that, if you can cut costs, you can cut ways to do that, make it easier, by all means, go and do that. Axel Cook says, I send Stellar Lumens to Bit4X and then sell for USDT there. These seem smaller to me. Like, oh, that's great. Stellar, I like Stellar because it is comparable to Pi coin. And what I mean by that is that it's got about 1/4 the amount that Pi will ever have. Pi had like, at the end of December, it'll have like 80 billion Pi, whereas Stellar had like 20 something billion. So it's about 1/4 of the size. So I like that just because it's comparable. And it started out at like 40 cents. I think Stellar's now like 50 or 60 cents. So yeah, I like that. Babo says, send Bitcoin to Bit4X. Aren't the gas fees pretty high with every transaction? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I have to ask Aria Realty for that one. Investor always says, hey Randy, what day is your birthday? It will be December 15th. That is my birthday. The year, well, I'm 30 now, so you can tell, and I'll be 31 at the end of this year. So that is my birthday, Mr. Ali. White Shadow says, I think Coinbase has the only noticeable fee when buying the initial crypto. Okay, all right, good. This is good. I'm doing a brain trust here. Linux says, I also use Stellar Lumens for Omi. Learned from my mistake with Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, so it seems that Stellar Lumens, the gas fees and everything are much cheaper. So yeah, by all means do that. Quad said it costs 1 Omi to transfer Omi from Bit4X to Trust Wallet. Oh no, it costs 1. Oh wow, Stellar's at 72 cents. Wow, good for them. Only costs 1 Omi to transfer from Bit4X to Trust Wallet. Wow, that's insane. Good for them. Good for us. Investor always says, wow, your birthday is 9 days earlier than... Oh, you're the 24th. Interesting. I'll be sure to stick with you until then. Don't stop posting. You've got something good going on here. I believe I do too. I hope you stick with me forever, Investor Ali. I'm going to... like I said, when this goes through the moon, Earth 2, Omi, whichever one hits first to the moon, we'll hang out and we can go. We don't have to be in like New York or Dubai or anything. We can go somewhere cool. I mean, not that these places are pretty cool by themselves. Go to Hawaii. You can go to Germany. You can go to Austria. You can go anywhere that we want at that point. Maxwell Cook says Bit4X takes about 10 Omi per 10,000 you buy. All right, so that's very, very cheap. That's 0.1%, I believe. Yeah, because 1% would be 100. Yeah, so 0.1%. Linux says, wow, what a run to catch up with comments. Yeah, that was insane. I don't know how I did that. I went from, it just, some people, I had like a 3-minute break, I had a couple 3-minute breaks in there, and that's That's what it made the comments caught up easier. Bobo said, there is a dab emoji. Heck yeah, there is. Daniel Goodwin says, in Kintai, there's a special place called Valhalla. And just to the right of the Thor hammer, there's a project called the Viking nail. More details coming soon. That is very interesting as well. So I'm about to exit this. You working out later, Randa? I went for a run. For those that missed, I went for a run. Like, I finished like 20-ish minutes before I started this, so I was like, I drank the protein shake already, and then this is water, so yeah, I ran this morning, a lot of sprints. I'm gonna do a lot of chest and triceps later. I'm about to bounce. So comment down all your questions below real quick, and then I'll answer those and I'll bounce. But it's been an hour 30, so what do we got here? I did 2 Beatles songs this morning. I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand. Yeah. Alright, so outside of that, a healthy heart is a happy heart. Agreed 100%. Unfortunately, yesterday I had donuts, I had pizza. It was bad. Do you watch any upload? Did you watch any upload? I did not, unfortunately. I wasn't in a place with a lot of internet. I had crazy things. I had to drive a lot. But actually, I could do that now. You said uploads on Amazon Prime. I'm actually going to get off and watch that right now. So, guys, everyone, I love you. Bro hugs for everyone. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. All right. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Bye. Meow. Thank you for the super chat, Ray. Thanks. I love you, man.